A few years ago, it was my great joy to visit Israel, to walk the Holy Land, as I wish everyone could. It felt like the home of my heart. While I was there, I learned many things, and one of them was the significance of Jesus praying in the Garden of Gethsemane, which is at the foot of the Mount of Olives, where he often went to pray. Let me explain that olive oil has three uses. First of all, it is nourishing food, and many of us enjoy it. Secondly, it is anointing oil in the temple. And thirdly, it is used for oil in lamps for light, as you can see from this small example of an actual lamp in Israel. As I stood beside an actual olive press, I learned that olives must be pressed 3 times. The first press is the best, then the second, but by the third press, the olives are completely emptied of oil and thrown out into the garbage heap. It is not insignificant that Jesus, the Anointed One, asked 3 times for his disciples to tarry with him in prayer, but they could not. During the third press of his soul, in the agony and heartbreak of the task before him, he said, "My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death." We are told that blood and sweat rolled down his face. He was indeed about to be thrown out to the garbage heap. Luke, the gospel writer and physician, describes it this way. And being in agony, he prayed more earnestly, and his sweat became like great drops of blood falling down to the ground. As I sat for an extended period of time among the trees, the olive trees in the Garden of Gethsemane, 2 poems came to me that I'd like to share with you. But first, let me explain. The trees were magnificent. Some of them are known to be 900 years old. They looked like old, wrinkled men or women, covered all around with wounds that looked like huge eyes, reminding me of the wheels that Ezekiel describes that are covered with eyes and whirl throughout the universe. While they were not actually alive, these trees, in the time of Christ, we are told by the Apostle Paul that all creation groans for the return of the Son of God, as do we. But with all of this in mind, I want to share these short poems now about the trees in the Garden of Gethsemane. The trees remember, worn and weary, rooted in the ground, a multitude of eyes keep vigil. Yeshua was here, pressed to tears. The trees remain, wait for his return, eager to shed their sorrow for joy. And all of the trees of the fields will clap their hands. O tree, olive tree, tell me, what do you see? How wise your eyes, misshapen by wrinkles of time upon time. Wheels of glory anchored to earth, birthed from God's eternal home. Who honors your seeing, waiting, lingering presence?